got to have a lot of heart. You got to have a lot of soul. You got to have a fat gap. A brother better be strapped.
And the freaks go. I'm tired of standing right here. I'll drop that beat on. Everybody go. Everybody go. Go. Yeah, let's go. I don't even know.
Hey, you guys, what's going on, man? Just back at you. You feel me? Like we said we would. Like we could. Hostile Takeover presents another episode.
Another one.
We're about
Hell of
17, 18.
Hell of 'em.
Hostile Takeover presents another episode of Keeping It 100 with Joe the Roasta.
And Myisha Pooh.
You see, I hit my chest like that. Tough guy. I'm a tough guy. Nah, but listen. Today we tapping into something different, which you will see us doing. It's not gonna always be about music and things of that nature. We are also community activists, trying to make sure that we show some positive light on what's going on in the community and be an asset and paying it forward to the community. Today we have a special guest by the name of Orlando Johnson.
Hey, Orlando.
Hey. Hostage Takeover. We in the building.
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed not to be stressed, but on my worst day, call me less stressed.
Oh.
So you are rapping?
No. No.
Yeah.
You over there sweating though.
Yeah.
But you like I say, how do you define yourself?
I define myself more as of a God-fearing person, put myself last at all times, more as making sure and believing in people more than they believe in themselves, but knowing that it's okay that they feel that way, but we can't make it happen no matter what.
And you are a community activist.
Yes, sir. I'm part of an organization called Oakland Community Action Network that's here in Oakland. It's spearheaded by a guy named Wilson Rouse. He's a former city council member. And when I got out of prison in '99, I ran into him. I was doing community work, a little record company. And he just basically said, hey, I can help you change your life if you get into this field. But it ain't gonna come with money. It ain't gonna come with accolades. People might not know the work you do. Don't live off my name, but at the end of the results, it's gonna be a good payout.
Where you
Go
from?
to prison.
I'm rich.
Go ahead.
What'd you go to prison for?
Firearms, possessing of firearms.
Okay.
Yeah,
How long you do?
2 years. I did 26 months
That's
in
the only
Jamestown.
time you went?
I went to YA. I did 11 years, 2 months in YA.
11 years?
11 years, 2 months on basically, due to respect to the families and the parties. A lesson to be learned. It was basically, you're around a group, something happened to an individual, and they get you for conspiracy because you don't say nothing.
Right.
And then boom, I was 12 years old.
12 when you went
yes.
And you didn't rat?
No, that wasn't even the
in?
cause.
How do a 12-year-old know not to talk?
It's not just not to talk. It just, some people live it as a game. Some people do it for real. And, and I was taught that, hey, man, this is real. You know what you're getting into. That ain't even the idea of who's going to tell or whatnot. Hey, man, just do what you got to do.
You knew this at a young age?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I would say that's very, very commendable, but it's advanced.
Yes.
It is.
It's advanced. And did you get that record expunged?
Yes, when I got out, I was pretty smart when I went to YA. I learned, got my high school diploma, took some college classes. So when I got out, my mentor was a lawyer. So I got a lawyer as my mentor, and he helped me go through all the work to get my paperwork done. Just because I got child as a juvenile, I missed the 25. So instead of me going to YA till I was 25, they only could keep me till I was 21 under the old law.
So what is your agenda?
Well, my agenda was coming home and knowing that I had an impact. How can I really help the community in a different way than the way that I came up from? Like I said, I was born and raised in Highland Hospital, so I'm originally from Oakland. The area I grew up in was the 23rd area. So I lived on 23rd and 23rd as a child. My family was known all in that area, my aunties and uncles. My grandparents lived in West Oakland, and my grandfather used to own Lewis Lot, so he had a pool hall and the cafe. So I was more of a person that learned from afar, but applied it. So I never did.
And your
drugs.
family was established in the community.
Yes.
I'm from the 20s.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I told you I was from the 20s.
Yeah, you said it.
You said I was from Alameda. Anyway.
That's Big Zone, Little Zone. Yeah.
Yeah, but so
Yeah.
so one of the best things that impresses me is that you had the courage to come out of jail
Yes.
and change the narrative
Yes.
and to go and try to be mayor.
Right.
Oh,
So,
wait. But before you came home to do that, where did it click? Before you came home, because you said
well,
you
this
was-
it started off when I came home. I was on 64th. My grandma had a house on 64th off East 14th, and so when I came home, a lot of the dudes I knew from prison that was in Jamestown and in Quentin, and I seen all the little kids. But when I came home, I reformed back into that same way, and I thought about me sitting in prison. I'm like, man, let me help these kids that's mama smoking coke, boosting, let's doing that. So I talked to some of the guys in the neighborhood and was like, man, can I get y'all permission to help some of these parents, even though whatever. So they embraced me. They was like, man, we can help you do this. So I had a program called No Credit Workshop. It was me and a guy named DJ Igor Beats. So he was helping me.
Igor, shout out Igor.
Igor. So Igor was helping me out, and then I had met a young rapper at the time named Young Heathen. He was a young rapper, and he said, hey man, I know this guy named Wilson that's doing the same thing you doing. So to sum it up, I'm like, is that right? So when I met Wilson, Wilson gave me this spiel. He was giving me $300 to pass off flyers in the neighborhood. Like, this is food program. I'm like, this easy. The money stopped. So I'm a loyal person, you know, I'm loyal to the soil. So I'm like, man, what can we do? So he took me around a lot of his friends. So since he was a former city council member, his father was the first black state superintendent of California. So I was around the Chauncey Baileys, the Keith Carsons, Nate Mal, but it was his friend.
Yes.
So in 2004, I figured, learn from the hard way. Hey man, these my friends, I'm working with them. I learned the system, I'm working all the campaign. So I decided to run for mayor. So this in 2006. So by having the collective, when I ran for mayor, they pulled guns on me.
Who?
Not who, but
Okay.
some people pulled guns on me and said, I don't want you to split the votes between Ron Dellums and De La Fuente. So at the time, Chauncey Bailey was a great mentor because he didn't want to put my article in the Oakland Post. So not to disclose a lot. So me and Chauncey, we going back
Yeah,
and I
rest
told
in
him.
peace, Chauncey.
Yes. So I talked to my mentor. So you know a lot of his friends. So one day my mentor introduced me to Ron Dellums. So it was like, hey Ron, this is a young guy that's running for mayor, yada yada yada. So Dellums pretty much told me in a nutshell, man, they want me to be in here, but I show you how to do what you need to do. So he created a committee of 800 people, and I was part of one of those committees. My part of the committee, mine was writing policies against the police department. That's like when the Oscar Grant situation was going down. So I learned how the policies work and initiative work. So in the process of in 2007, Wilson came to me, was like, how you feel about Oakland creating its own local currency and Oakland Municipal City ID card? I said, well, I think that's a great idea. Let's put it to work. So in the process of me working from 2007, 2010, I want to introduce that to the community that, hey, a lot of people running, but they don't got no generational platform. We can really help the community make it happen. So this was the unique part come in at. So by me having that platform, a lot of the folks didn't want me to split the votes again because you had Gene Kwan, you had Don Peralta, you had a lot of key players. But when it came to the blacks, the votes, really knowing people in the streets, I can really educate them on, hey, don't vote for this because it's going to hurt you in the long run. A lot of plagiarism went through. I didn't sell out. I didn't take the money and whatnot. So I jumped out the mayor's race. When I jumped out the mayor's race, I became a campaign manager for a guy named Don McClay because I'm Green Party. So when I jumped out the mayor's race and became the campaign manager, I did 35 community events. That's all official events that's in Oakland that makes the 30% of Oakland voters. 30% only makes the voters. So by me understanding and learning it, it just came to a fruition that my good work, when Jean Kwong got in office, she passed the ID card in De La Fuente. The city passed it 6-1, and it was the first municipal city ID card in the nation. So in the process of that, after creating the ID card, me personally, like I said, it ain't about the money. I come from the old school 80s. I ain't had all that, but I need knowledge. So me and Don and some other folks got together in 2012, and we formed the Oakland Green Party chapter. So what that means is when you got Democrats and you got Green Party, when they come to us, our votes really pretty much make a difference, 1 or 2 votes. But when it came to African Americans, I had pretty much a good lead say-so on who we're going to support and who we're going to endorse for our votes.
Right.
2012, going on 2000, my first candidate that I ran was a lady named Teresa Anderson. She do a lot of stuff with Mr. Fab, Dope Eras, great woman. And in the process of it, Fab, let me rewind that. I talked with Fab years ago when I first ran for mayor. So me and Fab had a relationship on building. So me and Fab was always building. So in 2010, when I asked him, hey man, I started the Green Party in 12, it's coming up. Do you want to run for office? He said, no. He said, I got a lot of work on my plate. I support you and endorse you in anything you want to do.
Who you talking about, Fab?
Fab.
Right.
So in the process of it, he introduced me to Teresa Anderson, Timo. So when Timo got together, we help her understand the political system. She ran for city at large. But what Fab did was a blessing. We had the first Oakland Green Party campaign office on
Timo.
45th. Yeah, Timo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I see Timo, I'm gonna beat her ass. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Why?
So we was
Why?
Oh, I don't know,
Just because?
domestic violence.
Is it gonna be like a loving beat or a?
Slap the shit out you, Timo.
yeah.
You better start letting my son in those goddamn things for free.
Yeah.
So
But
wait,
go ahead,
wait,
Timo,
what-
my girl.
I got a
Shout out
question,
Timo. Love
Yeah.
you, baby.
I got a question. So you said it's not about the money. You doing it out of the love, right? And being an ex-felon.
Yes.
2-part question: was it hard to get it? Was it hard to get a job then? And then 2, I mean, how did you get money to survive?
Because I own my own business, so it's pretty much a hustler. So when I got out, I had a record label, a consulting company. I work with my uncle, a family business. We got in California, in the state, we got the first black mail postbox office service. We service the Bay Valley. We do all the mailboxes when it comes to HOA, property managers.
You had a good foundation.
So his family was established. That's what I was trying to.
Yes,
I actually asked that question
Yes,
without
you did.
asking that question to your family. Because when your family is established, there's always opportunities for you to make money. That's what I try to do.
Yeah.
Is I try to make. I got a security company.
Yeah.
I got this. I got that. I employ people. You know what I'm saying? I try to employ my family members around me so that we build that infrastructure. You know what I mean? And they continue to pay it forward with family.
Yeah.
You feel what I mean?
Right.
So,
Like my aunties, my uncles, they was part of the system, but at the end of the day, they loved us no matter what. So it don't matter if somebody got high, somebody doing this, doing that. We always had a respect. That's like what my company is like. No one is better than no one.
Right.
My mom died on my birthday of cancer. My father just died a couple years ago. All my grandparents passed. All my aunties and them passed and so forth. So I look at it more as a generational thing that you can carry, because getting money is easy. $20 a day is $600 a month. $100 a day, $3,000. You do the math, 36.
Right.
So getting money and putting the numbers together is easy. But being around people that can create it. You hear people,
Right,
hey, I want the bag, I want the bag.
Right.
I want to see how you create the bag. What's the recipes? What's this? Is it plastic? Is it recyclable? So I'm more into that. So I build more relationship with people based upon not the bag, but based upon who we are.
Right.
The hustle gonna come.
The spirit.
Right.
So you fell out the race,
Okay.
or you pulled out the race,
Yes.
and then you established the Green Party.
Yes, with the other
Okay, and then you
Greens.
decided to run again.
Run again. Yes, because my platform, when I ran, most people don't understand. When you have a platform, that means once you get in office, you have to continue that platform. So a lot of candidates that's running, they're going to say, hey, we're going to stop the violence. Hey, we're going to stop the crime. We're going to do this. But it's really not a platform. A platform comes with an RFI, responsible information, RFQ, responsible qualification, RFP. So it takes a lot of community work. So when we got the ID card passed, we had to go through so many levels of changes just to get that passed. So if you can't do that within 2 to 4 years, that means where's your policies going to go? So by me being on the Greens, it helps me advocate on, hey, this candidate not doing this job, this department not doing this, and we don't talk about them, we just replace where everything is negative at.
So what is green? What does that
Green
mean?
Party is pretty much, it's like the Democrats, it's like the Republic, but we take all those values and we fair and balanced. So it's not the racism, it's not, we're not a party of money. Like if you go to oaklandgreens.org, we're the party that all over the country we consider like the spoilers, you know, the whippers, because if you got 10 people running, then you get the Greens endorsements, and we give you 2 people, that means you win the election.
Okay.
Oh, so you the balance.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, yeah, you the,
Right.
okay.
But
okay.
in when you're looking at in more democratic cities, the Democrats have the majority. So if you're looking for a different, if you notice, if you look at a lot of people, they always say we got the green vote, we got the green. But when it comes down to it, they never do nothing for the Green Party. So that's why this year we have all these candidates that's running for city office, good candidates like Pamela Price, people that I know through the years that we help support. But just for me as being the Greens, I'm pretty much the only Green black, you know, that's, you know, represented.
How was that?
More
pressure?
people don't understand it. Yeah, they don't understand culture and racism. So when you get to a,
Most people don't understand that?
yes, they don't.
Or they act like they don't understand.
No, it's taught in a systematic way. So like in a prime example, people say, hey, we don't like African Americans, right? But what is African American? Then somebody say, hey, we don't like blacks. We don't like black. Hey, we don't like the Negroes, right? So you get these people that get around and they create policies and it interjects that, so it makes an unfair imbalance.
So saying, basically all those people are the same.
Right, but they
yes,
get
sir.
money off that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? So when I say I'm on the Greens, right?
When you separate them, you get money.
You get money off of it. So
Right.
when you come to city and politics, I be more of the where to educate people on that. Like, it's like if someone get killed in the street, you can know if it's a politician kid or regular children.
Right. I hear
Right.
you.
It's a different when you hear people say, hey, we part of the community and we doing this, and they don't understand this. Communities is really politician kids and affluential people, and they get all these jobs and programs, and their children don't have to do these other things, and they get the jobs first. They get all the good things. Summer job programs been going on since January. They
So
tell
what do we call the other kids?
whatever they want to put money on. Youth, adolescent,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So anyway, we can
all in the verbiage.
All in the verbiage. Yeah, they can whatever they want to put in it. So I just be more to educate people.
That's the politics.
right through the experience. But the cold part about it is, most of the folks ain't no different than me and you.
So when you out teaching the people,
Yes.
are they receptive to the information, or they like like how do they receive it?
I show them facts. So I'm more of a factual person. I'm not going to tell a person hypothetically, hey, these the facts, these the numbers, these
Do they receive the
logistics.
facts?
Oh, yes. Because most people, when they look at me like this. You know, hey, he don't got the suit, he don't got the tie, he don't got this, he like this. Or he trying to act young. Hey, I'm from Oakland. This is, I was born and raised running through Fruitvale. So my story of Oakland is kind of different than a lot of other people. My story of Oakland is more fun days because I
Yeah.
lived it. So like right here down the street, it was Guy's Drugstore. So we used to go to Guy's Drugstore and get some. My hustling. You have Food Barn. A lot of people don't know. So I go to Food Barn right there. Then bam, I go over there. That's Food Farm. Go over there and kill them all. Then go to Lucky's. And then, okay, we're going to get some more money. Then we're going to go over there to the castle. Boom, we're going to smack them and get some tokens. Boom, now we're going to slide over there to Malibu. My partner, we too young. Right, Malibu, the castle, boom. Okay, now we got a little money. Boy, we're going to slide down there to the Roxy's. Okay, they kind of crowded. We're going to go over there to the Lux. Okay, now we're going to go to JJ Newsbury's. Okay, where you want to go? Okay, we're going to go kill Patrick's. Okay, we're going to go over there to Cookies. You know, okay, now we're about to go over there. You know, because I'm from over here, so we're going to Hawthorne. You know what I'm saying? So then we're going to Hawthorne. Then my cousins on the 80s. Now we running through the park. Billy Do at nighttime. Going over to Rockman, Frogman. So we having so much fun. So when the hustle and all that came up, to me, a lot of people don't know. It was new. It wasn't like a lot of people glorify. Like, yeah, man, they get money. Everybody was getting money. It was all new.
I say that earlier?
It wasn't one person was getting, it was a lot of popular people, but when it came down to it, was like, hey, zip 12, 1300. Hey, they can't afford it. Everybody get their welfare checks, put it together. Go get the woo-wow, bust it down. Now you get you a donut. Now you bust that down. So it's all new.
She just said about how at one point everybody was getting money, like when Bub was a trick.
Yeah.
Wait, so So let me just.
Hold on. Bub.
Bub. I did not call you a trick. Listen, what I was saying is, Serenity Park dudes is reputable dudes. I love y'all. Y'all the shit to me, right? Here's the thing.
Everybody was getting money.
Back then, everybody was getting money, and everybody shared. They looked out for the girls. It was. You didn't have to ask. Everybody was cool. So yes, Bub, you put a donkey rope on the neck and said, "You my girl." That's what it was.
That's
no
not tricking.
Like love and respect. It's all good. So
excuse us, man.
So, go ahead.
We had to get
I
this
keep
moment.
getting these hits, man. Every time I go out, somebody like, man, why you do Bub like that? Bub, I love you, okay?
Now back to the politics. Yeah. But so it's amazing though to see a young man come from where we come from and involve himself in politics and to be educated and knowing of certain things though. You know, I just got a small education right now, and that's what's important, that we be able to do that with each other, be able to say, hey, man, and when you say facts, that's how you educate somebody.
Right.
You don't do it no other way. There's no other recipe on educating somebody.
Fact check them.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So where are you at right now with what you got going on?
So right now, I got going on is sharing the word about the Oakland local currency, because the election time.
You've been doing that for a minute, though.
Yeah, once it passed in 2012, with the currency part, the problem was educating people so it can be a broader perspective.
Right.
So when the ID say the currency works like this, it's going to be a closed loop, pretty much a closed loop system. You only could spend it in Oakland. So when you look at the police department, get pretty much half of the budget. A lot of people don't live out here. That money is gone. We keep that money right back here in Oakland. So when people shop Oakland, so they come here, they want to buy some gear. Now they spending the money in Oakland. It's only staying in Oakland. So when you need to go to the banks to get loans and lenders, the money is here. When people come to visit Oakland, like going to the Raiders game, the A's game, because 90% of the people from Oakland don't even go to these establishments. It's always outside vendors. That money will stay in Oakland. Right. So when it comes to political time, 2, 4, 6, whatever years, we'll have so much established money that it won't be based on political. It won't be based on who got the bag. It'll be, hey, our city is taken care of. They're having an economic crisis around the world. Oakland will be taken care of. It's the 50th most populous city. It's the most strongest influence when it comes to young men's of creativity and power. But the problem be, when I speak, a lot of folks want to do the extortion game. You know, hey, man, you get with me, and then they don't know your background. They don't know where you come from. And then when they do that, it's like, oh, you on some whole other stuff. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm more people, don't meet me about my past, meet me in my present. Yeah. You know, we don't always have a right to agree to disagree. But hey, my experience is like, hey, I wasn't born yesterday.
Right.
So I'm like, I just like to help people. Anybody call me, you help me. That's what I'm working on. I'm working with Alameda County Community Care Connect, and that's the Connect wholesale service. We was the ones that started the Radisson Motel, the 5 Keys.
Wait, I'm sorry. I was just a thought. I was thinking, so pretty much people underestimate you, and
Yes.
you give them the facts. Do you think because like your parents, how you said they think you younger, you know, and so they don't take you serious until you speak.
Yeah,
Right.
it be because when somebody look at you and they know you from getting money, or you hang with a lot of people that get money, they assume that you fit that category. So if you got $1 million and I hang with you, don't mean I got $1 million.
Right. Have you ever thought to change your image?
No, because I feel like this what got me here. You know, on a positive note, I have 5 children, going 6 grandchildren. April 6th, I'll be married 27 years.
Oh,
Been
congratulations.
with my wife 30 years. Thank you. So a lot of people in art, you know, they don't stick together with longevity. So me having family, kids, and grandkids, it's like, what else do you need? I ain't had all this,
Right.
but I ain't had this square side. You know, you can ride down the street not looking over your shoulders. You don't have to keep a thing with you. You don't have to make phone calls and do all that, and you can just be normal. Hey, I like this.
Right.
I won't change this.
Yeah, we was talking about that earlier,
You know.
Most
about the
definitely.
family structure.
Right.
Yeah.
There's like 5 of us in a room,
Come on.
and he's the only one that has a whole family.
Right. That's
Father,
Yeah.
wife, kids.
Yes.
Yeah. Stable
Exactly.
household.
Stable household.
Yes. 'Cause so when you come from, like I said, what the stuff that I work on, I take my family values and my close friends. You know, I have friends, then I have associates. You know, so my friends is more the one that we talk emotional. You know, like, hey man, can you give me a couple dollars here? Can you show me how to get a play? Because friends is only emotional.
Yeah.
So when I have my associates, I have no disconnect. So you know, we sit down there and say, hey, we make this bottled water. Boom, next you know, you brand it. Then Zoe say, man, you know, she branded this. You know, man, they use you for your idea. I'm the type of person, you can't use me. You can just certify that it works. And then maybe it can help someone else down the road. But you can never use me. And I keep that mindset. So that's one of my weaknesses, because I work with a lot of A-list artists. I work with platinum artists, a lot of work. The reason why I don't like the name drop, because some people, you don't say their name, they get mad, or you say
Whatever
this,
reason,
right?
yeah.
But a lot of them, the work is showing, and you know, when you see me, like, okay, he behind this, he's doing this. But I necessarily don't like the label.
So your kids, are they into your line of work?
My son right now, he's a celebrity barber, pretty much like a celebrity. He cut all hair, got his Instagram. My other son, he's let me get to the age. I have a daughter, 32. She's a home mom, taking care of her kids. My daughter, 28. She's a home mom, take care of kids. They well educated, going to school. My son, he played minor, like semi-pro basketball. He's doing his thing. He's 27. My youngest son under him, 21. He's cutting hair. And then my son under him, he's 18. He'll be 19. He more like me. He want to learn the family business.
Yeah.
He want to take the tools, be there to help our moms when she need to. Pretty much be our pillow when we need to.
Right.
You know, even though he was one of the Thundercats, you know, one of the cats that, hey, you got to go get up out of here, or don't DGF, don't care, you know.
Right.
So, you know, that's one of my works too, just working with my kids. And like I said, I don't have perfect kids, a perfect life.
Nobody's perfect.
You know, I have my moments, but at the end of the day, like situations like this, you know, knowing Zoe for years and years now, to see him when he was rapping, him and Ken, that was my first rap show. You know, me, him.
Who's
and
Ken?
Ken, your brother, Big Ken. Chris.
Big
Chris.
C.
So it was,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah, I was tripping, yeah. And
You gave me a brother.
and we went to our first show in San Francisco. That's when I seen him.
Oh, you was with us that
Yeah,
time.
I was there when you was in the limo with
yeah.
B-Wig and the whole
most
thing.
definitely.
B-Wigs. Shout out to
Yeah.
B-Wigs.
Brian
Yeah,
Wiggins, I
they-
just talked
yeah.
to him today.
I
Yeah.
saw him
Yeah.
last
Yeah,
like 2
Towns
months
in
ago
my
at a
love.
party.
And
Yeah, man, but you know, it's
come a long way.
Yeah.
And I just, like I said, I learned from everyone, and I just, like I say, my heart is helping the city, staying in my lane, doing my part, continue doing my work. Like I said, I don't name drop and get into all that other stuff, because at the end of the day, if you're my friend or my associate, you know what type of person I am.
Right.
okay. So, you know, coming to the climax of this interview. Where is it they can find you?
If you go to Instagram, you can go to one Orlando Johnson. Use mainly Google search Orlando Johnson, Oakland Green Party. Google search Orlando Johnson, Oakland Mayor, Orlando Johnson, Oakland Local Currency, Orlando Johnson Municipal City ID card, and all the information will come up. And my Twitter is Oakland Can 1.
If you want to assist in the politics, make sure that you get in contact with the brother. I think it's a good look. I think that we should continue to pay things like this forward.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Hostile Takeover. We're going to be at you. Make sure that you subscribe.
Comment.
Subscribe, comment, like.
And
Stay
share.
tuned.
Let your peoples know. Let everybody know. Come
Yeah.
see us. Come check us out.
And don't forget to go check out Long Shot Lonzo, Only Enzo. Go check their music out on all digital outlets. You know what I mean? We're going to make that happen. We're trying to put that in your business. All right? Pretty much BBR on Instagram.
Yeah, and pretty
Zoda
much
Roasta.
BBR, YouTube.
On Instagram. Once again, we salute. Yeah.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yes.